Shalom everyone. Adonai oz le'amo yiten, and through that strength, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Parashat B'ha'alotcha tafshin pei dalid. I have a very clear memory of a time when I once sat with some people. I was explaining to them the idea behind a certain mitzvah in the Torah, how performing this mitzvah brings certain values into my life. They agreed with my explanation, but the reaction was so cold it was freezing. They said, I don't need anyone to tell me how to bring these values that I agree with into my life. I disagreed with them then, I disagree with them now. It's one thing to believe and to agree with certain values. It's another thing to have these values seriously, consistently in your behavior, in your life, to have these values engraved on your soul, on our behavior. And this is what the Torah does by giving us the authoritative commandment to perform certain mitzvot, not to do certain things that are prohibited in the Torah. It engraves it on us. What does this have to do with Parashat B'ha'alotcha? Yetziat Mitzrayim is a tremendous influence on Am Yisrael for all history. And it engraves certain things on our personalities, on our souls, but that is not enough. Experiencing Yetziat Mitzrayim, even being there in that generation, wasn't enough. The Torah gives us commandments, both commandments about emunah, about Hashem, also commandments about sensitivity to human situations, to people who are the weak elements in society, and so on. By giving us the commandments of these mitzvot, the Torah is engraving these values upon our personalities, upon the neshama of Knesset Israel for generations. And in Parashat B'ha'alotcha we see that generation that was there in Yetziat Mitzrayim, these values were not engraved deeply enough, strongly enough on their souls. They are coming towards Eretz Yisrael. Moshe says to them, we're going to Eretz Yisrael. And a few psukim later, they're complaining about the food, and they have positive memories about the place of their slavery, about Mitzrayim. Unbelievable. It's one thing to have beliefs and values, to agree with them. It's another thing to have them engraved and consistent in your life. And this is why the Zohar says that the mitzvot are not only 613 commandments, they are also 613 pieces of good advice, Eitzah Tovah, in Aramaic, 18 Eitzot. These are 613 pieces of good advice that Hashem is giving us. Hashem gives you good advice. You're not going to take it. It's also good advice. Guides our lives. These are also commandments. And this has to do with several or endless other times in our lives as well. Throughout Jewish history, we go through things that we want to take lessons from 2,000 years of exile, from returning to Eretz Yisrael in modern Zionism, from the Shoah, from the establishment of the State of Israel, and also from the war that we are in right now. Definitely, we are going to grow from this war. We have to grow from this war. There are things that we have to learn from the mistakes that we made that brought us into this situation. There are things that we will learn from the tremendous powers, the kochot of Am Yisrael, of the soldiers, of the citizens that we are seeing at the time of this war. But we also have a responsibility to take these lessons and engrave them seriously on our personality and in our behavior. Even the mitzvot of the Torah, sometimes we perform them only technically, and we don't really internalize them in our personalities. So the Torah gives us an idea and a direction how to engrave them in our personalities. Even that is not enough. We have to be aware to seriously commit ourselves to these values, have them engraved seriously on our personalities and our souls, individually and as a nation. This is our mission. Be'atzlacha. Shabbat Shalom.